Morning, class. So we said we were talking about pumpkins right now, and we're doing the art activity, or the craft actually, is through Ag in the Classroom from Illinois State University, who sent us the information. And we talked about what the life cycle of a pumpkin was. Well, in my book today, it actually talks a little bit more about that. It's called From Seed to Pumpkin. So we're going to read a story about the life cycle of a pumpkin. So let's find out what we need to learn, okay? Okay, here we go. When the spring winds warm the earth, the farmer plants hundreds of pumpkin seeds. So he's using a hoe and making a line of the dirt, and he puts those pumpkin seeds down in there, okay? See? Now every pumpkin seed can become a baby pumpkin plant, underground, covered with the dark, moist soil. Remember, the soil is like the dirt, all right? The baby plant begins to grow. So there's the pumpkin seeds, and see, there are little sprouts coming out from there, the little roots for the pumpkin seed. As the plant gets bigger, the seed cracks open and the stem sprouts up. The roots dig down and inside the roots are tubes. Now water travels up these tubes and brings juice up like a straw. So remember, we talked about this, I think, before, about how roots, they drink up the water and they give a drink to the seed, okay? So that's what those roots do. Now in less than 2 weeks from planting time, the green sprout starts to poke up through the earth. These shoots grow into tiny seedlings. 2 leaves, called seed leaves, uncurl on each stem. They reach up toward the sun. Can you see that? Right there, 2 little leaves come up. Okay. Sunlight gives these leaves energy to make food. Like us, plants need food to grow. But green plants do not eat food as we do. Their leaves make their own food. To make the food, plants need light, water, and air. Leaves catch the sunlight, the roots soak up the rainwater, and the little openings in the leaves let the air in. Using energy from the sun, the leaves mix the air with the water from the soil to make sugar. This feeds the plants. Soon, broad, prickly leaves with jagged edges unfold to the stem. If you ever go to a pumpkin patch and you feel the leaves, they feel kind of rough and almost kind of sticky feeling, okay? The seed leaves dry up now, and new leaves make food for the pumpkin plant. Those are the new ones coming. Each pumpkin stem has many sets of tubes. 1 tube in each set takes water from the soil up to the leaves so they can make sugar. The other tube is in each set sends food back down to the pumpkin so it can grow. The days grow warmer and the farmer tends his pumpkin patch to keep the weeds out. Weeds take water away from the soil, and the pumpkin plant needs that water. So you gotta get rid of those weeds that are in your pumpkin patch. Pumpkin plants don't stand up tall. As the stems grow longer, they spread out against the ground, and before long, their twisted and tangly vines cover the whole pumpkin patch. See, they grow all over the place. Now soon, flower buds appear on the vines. After each bud opens, its orange petals grow bigger and bigger. They look kind of like a bright orange umbrella. So those big flowers come. Now during the heat of the day, the flowers close up, but then they open again during the cool night and early mornings. The bright orange flowers attract swarms of bees and butterflies, and they carry the yellow pollen from male flower to female flower. That's what we call pollination. Remember, we talked about that pollination, and now the pumpkins can grow. Now the petals wither away where the flower used to be. Where the flower blooms, now there's a tiny hard fruit begins to grow. See that tiny fruit? Right there, tiny fruit starts to grow. Hundreds of them cling onto the vine. The days grow hot all summer. The warm sun and the cool rain help the tiny fruit grow larger and larger, or bigger and bigger. I don't know if you can see that little one? Now it's getting bigger, getting to be bigger. Soon summer is over, and the corn stalks next to the pumpkins patch are now brown. You might see that right now. The corn in the cornfield is brown, and the farmers are harvesting the corn right now, that's called. Leaves on the trees turn red and orange and yellow. We have that now. It's beautiful. Now the pumpkins start to change colors too. They start to ripen, and they change from green to yellow to orange. So remember on your paper where you're coloring, the little pumpkins are going to be colored what? Green. Medium size are colored yellow, and the large ones are colored orange. Just like the pumpkins grow. First they're green, then they're yellow, then they're orange, right? Just in 4 months, small, flat, white pumpkin seeds have grown into big, fat, orange pumpkins. So 4 months it takes. The pumpkins are ripe and round and lumpy and bumpy. They come in all shapes and sizes. They are waiting now for the autumn sun. Soon pumpkins will be carved into jack-o'-lanterns for Halloween. So remember, when we have pumpkins and you cut them and put a face on them, they're not called pumpkins anymore. They are called jack-o'-lanterns. Some pumpkins actually are turned into pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving dinner. Yum. Colorful leaves turn brown. Winter winds begin to blow, and soon the trees will be bare. The farmer looks out over the pumpkin patch, where now there's only a few dead vines remaining. See, it's kind of brown and yucky now. But when the spring wind blows, the earth will start to warm, and once again, he will plant hundreds of pumpkin seeds, and once again, they will grow from a pumpkin seed into a big orange pumpkin, right? So remember, we have a seed, and we put it into the dirt, which is the soil, right? And it needs sun and rain to grow, and then it turns into a flower, and then we need the bees and the butterflies to pollinate it, and then it turns into a small green pumpkin, and then a big orange pumpkin, right? So that's our life cycle of the pumpkin patch. Boys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our story today. Have a great day.